Hey guys, and welcome back to Totally Normal, the podcast for humans being human. I'm so glad that you were able to join us today. I am Sara Gale. I'm the founder of Everkind Strategies, and I love empowering other people. So, the goal of this podcast is to help you feel a little more normal in the things that you do. You're not alone, you're not crazy, and I just want to remind you of that. Like, it's totally normal what you're feeling, experiencing, seeing, hearing. So, last episode, if you missed it, go back, watch it, listen. But the last episode, I promised that we would talk about how to lead when you're running on empty. So, when you're exhausted, you're overextended, or just experiencing the world as it is, which isn't always rainbows and butterflies, as we know. Those things can take a toll. They can drain your energy. So if you're listening today from your car and your coffee's cold, or you're on your couch and you're trying to convince yourself to answer one more email or be productive for just a few more minutes, you're in the right place. Maybe the problem isn't that you can't find balance. Maybe it's that you're not supposed to. Okay, so we are going to challenge the thought of work-life balance and look towards rhythm. Okay, you're not broken for feeling tired. You're just out of rhythm. So here's an example of that. In my early career, I was in very high-paced sales. Okay, I'm very competitive and I always want to win. I always want to succeed. I want to do what I do with excellence. Okay, and the environment that I was in could not care less about how that affected me. They just wanted performance. They were very lopsided when it came to the wellness of their team. As long as you were producing, they don't care how it happened. Like, guys, I'm talking about providing breakfast so you could sit at your desk and work. Hey, that seemed nice at first. That seemed like, oh my gosh, they swing by and give us food. No, it's so I wouldn't leave my desk. Hello? Like, I look back on it now and I'm like, oh my gosh, girl, stand up. You've been sitting there for 4 straight hours making outbound calls, trying to make sales happen. And they would buy us energy drinks and, do all these things that felt like it made me feel special. And it really just made me sick. And I didn't realize it was making me sick. So I started getting really bad migraines. I was just doing too much of what wasn't for me. And some people thrive in sales environments, or they think they do. But I don't think we were designed for that kind of just push through, get the next thing, hit your goals. We had a scoreboard, okay? 4 quarters. The day was broken up into 4 quarters. There was a scoreboard that we were required to report any activity to, and the whole team could see it. So they could see if you were having a crap day, if you were not getting on the phone, if you were not having appointments, if you were not closing sales, everyone could see it. And yeah, I did not want to be at the bottom of that list. So I was very competitive. And with that came doctor's appointments and shots in my butt. I had to leave work because lights were too bright. The world was too loud. I couldn't focus because my migraine was so bad. I went to urgent care, bent over a table, got a shot in my butt, and then went back to work. That's not healthy, you guys. That is not something that you want to keep doing. That's not sustainable. I was in my early 20s. Hey, guess what? This is a wig. For those of you listening to audio only on Spotify, you're going to see my hair change. It's because most of my hair has fallen out because of what I subjected my body to in my early 20s. Okay? A little bit of stress, a little bit of unhealthy habits, perfect combo of capitalism just sprinkled in there. Okay? Like, take care of yourself, because if something's going on with you, it is more important than your productivity, okay? Chasing balance. So for me, balance was performance, because that led to financial security and pride, and I'll rest when I get home. Okay, well, I was on call till midnight some nights. Yeah, so that was an experience. And chasing the balance was impossible. It wasn't even there. It made me feel worse. If I even thought about how off balance my life was and how leaning towards work it was, didn't make me feel good to think about that. So I didn't think about it, and I kept going and going and going and going and going and going and going until I hit a wall. So rhythm matters, okay? Rhythm matters more than balance. And this is why rhythm matters when you're empty, okay? When your tank is empty, you're out of energy. Balance is a moving target. It assumes equal energy for everything. Balance, right? That's impossible when you're drained. You have to choose where your energy goes, and you have to be okay with it. There's two parts to that. You have to choose where your energy is going to go. You have to be okay with it. Rhythm gives you permission. Okay, they're flexible. They say, I'm in a slow season right now, and that's okay. Or for the next few weeks, I'm going to be hitting it really hard, whatever it is, pursuing your goals, taking care of your family. But I will find rest after that. It's only a season. So you guys know how I love neuroscience. The brain and the body crave predictable patterns. Part of survival, part of our ancient build, right? They don't require perfection. They just want predictable patterns. So that's why rest, rituals, your hobbies, your detox from electronics, or your hydration, or stepping outside and taking a walk, even small little routines can help regulate your nervous system. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, when it comes to your nervous system, you have to stay ahead of it, because once it's busted, it is so difficult to correct it. It is so difficult because your body says, no. You didn't take care of me before, so I'm not going to listen to you right now. Okay? So your body goes into its emergency systems. You flip a switch, you go too far, you go too long, you go too hard, and your body is now saying, you're not making good decisions for yourself. We're going to take care of it for you. We're going to slow you down. We're going to wear you out. So you're forced to rest. And life doesn't slow down for anyone, does it? So my best advice from someone who has been there, be proactive in making sure that you find rhythms that are healthy, that both reward your ambition and allow your body the rest and rejuvenation to pursue that ambition. Okay? So leadership in low energy seasons can look like this. It can look like presence over performance. It can look like prioritizing connection over control. And it can look like leading with honesty about your capacity. It doesn't make you a failure. It doesn't mean you're not a good leader. Quite the opposite. If you are telling your team, honestly, you guys, I am experiencing this family issue. Okay, I'm having to be a caretaker in this role. I don't know how long it's going to take, but I'm really kind of at my limit because I'm doing this here and I'm also expected to do these things here. People want to support you. Believe it or not, your team wants to be on your side. And if they know that you're on their side, it's a beautiful thing. You could take care of each other. Depending on other people, it's how we were made to exist. Okay? Hyper independence, boo. Boo, hyper independence. Don't do that. I know we're told we're supposed to go out, make our way in the world. Without community, without creating support of those around you, without finding the people that see you and hear you and care, you're not going to last. You're not going to make it. You're not going to hit your goals because you're going to putter out early. If your body lasts that long, okay, you're either going to lose motivation because why isn't this working for me? Or you're going to hit a wall. So what does this look like day to day? There's some micro activities you can do, micro recovery tools. When you're really tired and you still have to do the thing, you still have to show up, you've still got people that depend on you, and you still want to show up for yourself. There's this concept of a 2-minute rhythm reset where you find a place that's quiet, that you are uninterrupted for 2 minutes. And sometimes you create that space, right? You'll go to a cafe, you are in a bedroom or a living room or somewhere, put your headphones on. If you've got other people around you, just 2 minutes to pause, take a deep breath, in through your nose, out through your mouth, and just check in. Listen to your body, listen to your mind. What am I feeling? What am I thinking? What does my self-talk sound like right now? What expectations are we having? Another thing you can do is an energy audit. So this is something that is really great for people trying to balance work and what they're super interested in versus what they're required to do. And again, balance is a joke. Balance is a lie because you can't perfectly do it all equal, right? So an energy audit is trying to figure out what's draining to you and what's restoring to you. So it's looking at your calendar, taking a pause, looking back over the past maybe month, maybe couple of months, and seeing how am I spending most of my time, and is it giving me energy or is it draining me? And the goal here isn't to be in your restoring energy activities all of the time. It's impossible. We don't want to set impossible expectations, right? So there's this concept in the coaching work that I do called the 70-30 principle, okay? And we teach this to leaders because it's realistic. So the goal is to be in your 70, to be in your restorative, gives you energy, you love these activities, to be in that area 70% of the time. And understanding, accepting, being aware that 30% of the time you are going to be doing things that aren't your natural strengths. They're things that other people ask of you that maybe you can do, but you're just like not jazzed about it. So the goal is 70% of the time to be doing the things that bring you energy, that are aligned with your passions, aligned with your goals, and 30% knowing that we can't have it all and that's okay, right? So try to find your 70, Be in the restoring energy because you need it, because you can't control all these things going on around you. And finally, in our micro recovery tools, give yourself some grace. So you might have seasons of grace. It might be a 2-week period where you give yourself or your team gentler expectations. Okay, so something happened unexpectedly. So you experienced an illness, or there was family trauma, or there was kind of a big fail that happened that was discouraging. Or maybe your team just finished a massive project that they were putting all of their energy, all of their time, all of their focus into, and now they're just kind of exhausted. They're done. Their brains are fried. So whatever it is, if you sense that you or your team needs a grace season, show up, keep moving, but we don't have to go hard all the time. So if you're even showing up while you're running on empty, you are not failing. That's enough. You're modeling real embodied leadership just by showing up. And this is a concept that took me a lot to understand, because I was very, again, back to the competitiveness, back to performance. Whatever you try, you do it with excellence or you don't do it at all. Kind of all or nothing mentality. That's not how life is. Like, you can still strive for things and also rest. You can still strive for things, encourage those around you, and your presence is enough. So realistically, if balance existed at all, like, all my laundry would be folded, everything would be put away, my inbox would be empty, I would have perfect boundaries, I would cook every day, I would stay hydrated. Anyone else see a trend? Those expectations are crazy. The only time I will call you crazy is if you put expectations on yourself that are so beyond and so unrealistic and are often imposed by your environment or people outside of you. Don't do it. Take care of yourself. So think about, what season are you in right now? Is it a growth season? Is it a maintenance season? Y'all, I just moved to Spain. I am in a maintenance season right now, because going from the US to Spain, the bureaucracy of filing for my visa, making sure my family's paperwork is good, finding a home, this and this and that and this and that and every day. And oh yeah, by the way, our flights were mixed up and our luggage was lost and damaged and. So I am very much in I'm going to show up, I'm going to do the best I can, and I'm going to continue to do that day after day. I'll take off later, but right now we just got settled. Everything is kind of cruising right now because I need some recovery for that as well. So growth, maintenance, or recovery, where are you? And also, what is one small rhythm that could support where you are instead of fighting it? What is one small rhythm that could support where you are instead of fighting it? Instead of being critical, saying I should do, I wish I. What is something that supports the reality of the season that you're in? Do that for yourself. You don't have to optimize your life to be a good leader. You just have to orient yourself to what's true. And that empowers the people around you to be honest with themselves, and in turn be honest with you, and business, in your family, in your friendships, whatever it is, that's relational intelligence. Okay? Relational intelligence starts with knowing yourself well enough to communicate it to others with a level of vulnerability that you feel safe sharing. And then other people are like, maybe I can say that my car broke down yesterday and I've had to find transportation and it's been stressful. Maybe I can talk to my boss about that and that's okay. Or maybe someone has a really great idea to share with you. And because in the past you've been honest with them, they know you're a safe place to share things like that. So if you've been running on empty, this is your reminder. You don't have to find balance. You can find your rhythm. Okay? You don't have to find balance. So if this episode gave you a little bit of an exhale, share it with a friend who's been running on fumes too. And I just want to remind you that it's totally normal to be exhausted. Totally normal to try to do it all and not get there. Okay? Because when we normalize being human together, that's where the magic happens. That's where change is made. That's where influence is had. Thank you for joining me. I hope you found a little nugget of something that resonated with you, and I'll see you next week.